Keighley's a crossroads, not just geographically, but a place where different cultures and religions live and meet. Eastern European, Irish, Italian, Asian, and people of faiths or none. The town used to be a thriving centre for textiles and engineering, and many people migrated here for work. That's now gone, but it still has a very strong identity and still brews very good world-famous beer. It's certainly got history, as does everywhere, and so do its people. After all, it's the people that make the place and not the other way round. My name's Helen, and I'm from over the hill that splits Wharfdale from Airedale. And it's from that hilltop that you get this awe-inspiring view of Keighley below. Sometimes with the sun beaming down on it, before your eye travels up and over to Haworth and the Pennines looming beyond. It's with this initial visual interest that I became involved with Keighley, and then with Catholic Care and the Embrace Project. That's when I really began to meet people from the Keighley parishes, including Michelle and Damien, who both have a passion for community, church, school, and faith through action. And it was them that very much birthed this project of making memories and our intergenerational friendship building. Making Memories began at Keighley Catholic Centre on North Street, which is also home to St Anne's Church and Primary School, and opposite one of England's oldest cinemas. It's a place where Catholics have met to socialise for decades. It certainly has a history of its own, and it's also been a convent, a school, and it became a pub around the 1960s. Our group of older parishioners meet there once a month for a musical afternoon tea with fabulous cakes and dancing. They really enjoy it. And our younger students from the Holy Family School, the Beatitudes group, love to help out here. The whole group likes fun, and so it was just taking the next step of deciding that we should all meet outside of the afternoon teas that we got the idea of friendship building on the road. Well, that plus the fact that Michelle knew of a young student film crew from Leeds that really got the show on the road. These people are our cast and will introduce themselves a little later. We started by learning each other's names, finding out about each other's hobbies and likes and dislikes. Plus, we tested our knowledge on new and old movies.
Hi, my name's Stephanie, but I go by Steph. I'm 13, I'm year 9, and I go to Holy Family School.
My name's Hazel Hornsby. I work at Holy Family School where I'm the lay chaplain, and I also do a little bit of teaching.
I'm Arlene Woolard. I belong to St Anne's Parish.
I think I'm going to really enjoy it and getting to know everybody from different backgrounds and seeing how similar we all really are.
And I'm volunteering on this project because Holy Family girls are coming down to help with the afternoon teas.
If only the people in Keighley could record all these old memories, It would be wonderful for the youngsters.
I'm doing this project because I'm really looking forward to meeting new people and learning about the history of Keighley, and I just can't wait until it's finished.
These people are very connected to their religion and church, which in itself forms a special kind of community as young and old worship together and share their faith.
How good, how delightful it is to live as brothers all together.
It is like the precious oil on the head, running down on the beard of Aaron, running down on the collar of his robes.
It is like the dew of Hermon, falling on the heights of Zion. For there Yahweh bestows his blessing, everlasting life.
As Psalm 133 says, "How wonderful, how beautiful when brothers and sisters get along." And this story is an illustration of nurturing neighbours, friends and family, whoever they are and wherever they are, be it on our own doorsteps or on the other side of the globe. In our photo stories session, the group swapped details on First Communion, baptism, close family, and the older ladies talked about the May Queen processions, which had been a highlight of their church calendar and of their younger lives.
So somebody said you painted in here. When did you start painting?
A lot of years ago. Even I can't remember how long. It was a long time. And it's still going on. I'm still doing it. But I still love it. And the thing is, you should always love what you're doing. And then you get all that much pleasure out of it.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, just love it. And you'll enjoy your life and have a wonderful time.
Yeah.
That's my grandson and my son. Look at him there. That was taken in 1949.
Oh, this young lady is Mary Loftus, and she was the very first May Queen at Our Lady of Victories. Next to her is John McManus, and he was the page boy. That is the ex-May Queen from St Anne, that is Joan McGlinchey. Now the other half had myself, Maureen Pickering, Eileen Kelly and Agnes Loftus. But my brothers fell out with me, they tore it off and tore it up.
That's my youngest daughter. She came to St Anne. She ran away when she was about 6, 7. And somebody picked her up, brought her all the way back to Silson. And that's where they're making her first communion. And that's her grandma, and that's me. And that's going back 1973. You wouldn't even heard of it.
And then this is from my first Holy Communion, and it was at St Joseph's with Father O'Kane.
Were you good in school?
No, I was terrible in school. They put one on board and they never told me it would do.
This is a picture of my first Holy Communion when I was in year 3 in my back garden.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's lovely.
This is me when I was May Queen on 7th of May 1944 at Our Lady of Lourdes Hour. And this is me when I was a right tiny girl in May procession before I was probably about 1941. Yeah.
And I taught myself to read. Couldn't read when I was 11.
Really?
And I went to, honestly, I couldn't. When I used to come walk to work, school. And I used to, there was a pub sign, the Wellington pub. And I was going like that. I passed it every day. And I used to go, where? Well, it took me about 6 months to say Wellington.
Oh my gosh.
And after that, I seemed as if I could read and write then.
And this is before I was born. It's my mum and my auntie. They were in Children of Mary, and my uncle served on the altar. So that must have been about 1936.
They didn't seem to teach me nothing in them days. But that was me, maybe. But I don't think it was.
Loneliness affects people of all ages, not just the elderly, and this stereotype is now being busted as medical science shows that mental health conditions like depression and anxiety can stem from it. It was evident that as the older people talked, they had experienced a strong sense of togetherness and happiness, which perhaps the younger generation are lacking nowadays. Technology does make the world a smaller place, but it also makes real human contact and actual real friendship less likely to happen. In trying to close our generation gap, we talked about how younger and older people can learn things off each other, reflected by their different lifestyles, hobbies and ways of communicating. We decided quite early on that spending time together, visiting different places and sharing fun, food and fellowship is still one of the best ways to come to a mutual understanding and build friendship. It all takes time, quality time, to build cheerful and healthy respect. Our monthly reunions have included a local dance show where some of the pupils performed. An IT session at Holy Family School, a traditional games afternoon at the older people's home, an Easter lunch in Bradford, and a summer trip up to Haworth Moor. The older people loved their day out at Holy Family School. Some of them hadn't been back for almost 60 years, and they were amazed at the change. They were also intrigued by the computer games that the students taught them when they were in the IT suite.
Got an iPad. Well, they say I'm pretty good on it. I think I'm just a beginner. It's like a different world for me, isn't it? What you're doing. Totally different world to my world.
In February, we went to visit Kathleen, Patrick and Rita at Merlin Court, where they live. It's safe and cosy for older people who want to live together in a shared space with a sense of community. We all had a great time together in their very plush sitting rooms. They've known each other for nearly a lifetime, but there was a moment of discovery when Pam and Arlene found out that they'd lived almost parallel lives as children growing up in India before the handover in 1947. It was here during a game that they found this out, despite having already known each other in Keighley for the past 10 years.
And you, Pune.
Oh, yes, because we were asking each other where we were born.
Yes.
You said I was born in Pune. I said I was born in Pune.
There are always surprises in life, no matter how old you are. This is what a dementia-friendly community is all about, and that's what we are trying to do in Keighley. Strong local influencer on older people's work is Sandra from Dementia Friendly Keighley, who has totally supported us with our work. Her passion and understanding of raising awareness around dementia and supporting carers matched our own zest for creating neighbourliness and a wider sense of community, especially between the young and the old. Our younger cast did a Dementia Friends information session with her at the Catholic Centre, where they heard about and remembered 5 important learning points. One of the 5 key points of Dementia Friends is that it is possible to live well with dementia, with the right support and understanding. We need to see the person and not the dementia. We wouldn't look at someone with cancer, for example, and just see the illness. We see the person We need to do that precisely with people with dementia. Stuart is in his late 50s and loves life. He speaks passionately about nearly everything, including his dementia. I met him at our big breakfast club in Skipton, where we all agreed to support his inter-schools football tournament. He is determined to live his life to the full now and raise dementia awareness among school children. He then joined our Making Memories roadshow to tell students about his dementia.
When I got diagnosed with dementia, it had quite a knock-on effect with my grandchildren, 4 of them, and they were really worried about everything. And I sat them down and had a talk with them and told them, you know, yeah, fair enough, I'm going to get worse, I'm going to forget things. But in the long run, if we all sort of stick together and sort of work as a team, we'll get through it all. And it was through their concerns that I thought, right, it seems that every illness is more or less aimed at the older side.
Mm-hmm.
The younger ones seem to get, pushed to one side. So I thought, right, let's go for it. Why not involve the youngsters?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's them that's growing up with the older people that's got dementia, and if they don't get to know about it and the way that you can help, it's something that's going to never sort of like take off really from a care side of things.
Our journey with its series of road shows has changed our feelings towards each other and bonded us as a group when we've been into schools to tell students about our memory making project over the past year. They get it, even the really young ones. Especially our PHSE presentation at Holy Family School, which was truly epic.
The best part of the film for me has been meeting the new people and like people who we wouldn't associate us with in the outside.
I'd probably say the best part of filming that as well is just making new friends.
I don't think you should think that, young people don't have wisdom to give to the old. It's a two-way street.
Dementia is not a part of growing old. You don't get it because you're old. Anybody can get it.
So it's really important that young people listen to older people. And it's really important for older people to listen to younger people.
I've really enjoyed the get-together and meeting the younger ones from Holy Family, and I think it's good that the young ones and the older ones can sort of mix in and entertain each other and grow to understand each other.
I think it'd be good for other schools to get involved with this project because it gives other older people a chance to interact with us.
I'd say the same, and it's just the older people, I think they've really enjoyed it just as much as we have, and it's just a really good opportunity.
In this film, I've learnt very powerfully that age really doesn't need to be a barrier in order for people to get on as friends. And it's made me ask myself, what can I do to support the aims of the Embrace project through this Making Memories film? When we talk about loving our neighbour, we're supposed to ask ourselves, who is my neighbour? But actually, it's probably better to ask, how is my neighbour? And what is it that I can do in order to make them feel part of a loving and caring community?
It's now come to the end of our journey together, and as day turns to night, we have time to reflect on what will soon become another yesterday, another memory. What I've learned from this film is that it is important to empower both the young and the old to grow together and offer each other support.
Look around and look around before staring back at the ground. up, I look up, staring at the road ahead, my head too weary and ready for bed. Don't leave me searching. Don't leave me searching for every cloud. There's a silver lining. For every child, there's a star that's shining. Every question, there's an answer that he's finding. For every travel, there's a road that's winding. I need you, you need me. We'll find an answer. Guess you and see. Let me tell you, you're the best. Let me ask you to forget all of that mess. I look up, searching for that silver line. I look down, searching for an answer for this town. Don't